Mhm.
Greetings and salutations, David Duford here. I'm with my agent, Valora Madison. We're here to talk about face-to-face versus telesales. Valora's got an interesting story to share, and I asked her to come on and talk about it. And glad she's here. Valora, how you doing today?
Awesome. Great, David. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So lots to talk about today. The difference between telesales and face-to-face. Doesn't matter if it's final expense, Medicare, or any other product, kind of that decision-making process. We're going to talk about that amongst some other issues relevant to why you did what you did. But let's kind of first talk about yourself. If you don't mind introducing yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself, your experience in the insurance business, and then we'll take it from there.
You bet. Well, my name again is Valora Madison. I am from Arizona, the beautiful Sunshine Land. I'm originally from Seattle, Washington. Been here about 29 years already. My background has been in sales for many years. I actually come from a network marketing background for about 30 years. I have built organizations with a couple of different companies of well over 8,000 people. So my passion is actually just working with people. I love people. I love sales. I love working for myself, working from, the comfort of my home now that I'm telesales. And once you get a taste of life insurance, it's really hard to look back and do anything else. I've always worked for myself. So what I love about the insurance business is basically, calling my own shots, but you do have to be very disciplined. I will say that.
What about life insurance attracted you to that? Because you're in a multi-level marketing fashion outside of this network marketing. What is it for those people who maybe have that your similar experience? Why life insurance? Why did you go this direction?
Right. Well, I looked at life insurance because I thought, it's kind of bulletproof. It's a business to where when things get a little bit ugly, I truly think that no matter what, life insurance is always in the back of people's minds and they know that they need it. Being in the network marketing business, in the realm of that, you see your highs, you've got your peaks, you got your valleys. Due to what we all experienced with COVID, believe it or not, I actually got my license during COVID.
Yeah.
So if you can survive what I survived my first year in the business, you can survive anything. So I took my test right during COVID. Things were just a little bit up and down in my network marketing business. I thought, you know what? I've got all this time to do something different. What am I going to do? And it was actually between real estate and life insurance. And I thought, I think life insurance is more me. And I just started researching. And you know what, David? I actually found you were one of the first people I saw on YouTube. I went to YouTube. I started going to life insurance videos and you popped up and I looked at a lot of different companies. And I'm very happy to be partnered with you because what I can say about you is that the training that you offer your people is absolutely incredible. The first 3 weeks that I was waiting for all my carriers and contracting to go through, I delved myself in all of your Zooms and your trainings that you had with people. And I honestly can say that that is what set the ground running for me, is that you make people feel so comfortable and you don't want people to go out there and just run immediately. You want them to train for a month, 2 or 3 months with you before they set the ground running, because you have to be comfortable in this business to be out in front of people, whether it's over the phone or whether it's in the home. If you're not comfortable presenting this product, you'll be shaking in your boots. I mean, I was anyway, even though I did a lot of my groundwork. I'll never forget my first time in the home. My heart was pounding out of my chest. And no, I didn't make my first sale. I didn't make my first 10 sales. The difference for me between telesales and going into the home, I started with final expense, of course, and I started going into the homes. The biggest thing between, going into the homes and working, from home telesales is you got to sell yourself a little bit more. I think when you go into the home, they see that smile on your face. They see that you're a good person.
Yeah.
And when you're on the phone, they don't see that face to face. So as far as building rapport, I do feel I have to build a little bit of more of that warm and fuzzy little, first 5-10 minutes to warm up, and go from there. But I have done some telesales here just for the last month and a half. It was a little challenging at first, but the last couple of weeks, something just clicked, David, and I sold 6 policies in 2 weeks over the
That's
phone.
awesome.
And
Congratulations. Yeah. Big change.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's very exciting. I finally feel like after 2 years of being in this business that I am where I need to be, and that 2023 is going to be one of my best years ever. I just feel it. It took me a while to figure out the whole
Sure.
business, to be honest.
So as for those of you at home, you notice Laura started by saying she started going into people's homes, and now at the present time, she's selling over the phone successfully. And so part of why I have her on here is to talk about why she made that change. I think a big thing that you've got to decide out there, ladies and gentlemen, is, are you a telesales agent or are you a face-to-face agent? That's straddling the fence is usually not good in business. You want to be dialed in and focused, and trying to be everybody or everything to everybody usually is a failing concept. So what I'm curious, Laura, if you could kind of walk us through getting started with face-to-face and what happened to make you make that transition to telesales.
Yeah. Well, I started in the homes, and as most people know, that when you buy final expense leads, it's a lot of people that are scrolling Facebook and putting in, yeah, I want information on insurance. A lot of those people think it's free. You get to their home, no, it's not free. But I was finding myself in homes and areas that were not comfortable. A lot of these people don't have a lot of money. A lot of these people are vets. A lot of people are on disability. They're on Social Security. Some of them only have $100 left at the end of their month. What are you going to help them get into? You're not going to sell them a $100 policy because they probably won't get to eat, but you find a policy for $30 or $40 maybe that works. But as I was going into these homes, the last year, I kind of got into some really nerve-wracking situations as a woman. I got into the neighborhood and I felt like I really needed to just turn my car around and leave. But in the back of my mind, I was committed to this. I thought, God's with me. I got this. And then I walked in the home, and as I'm walking up to the house, I see all the blinds pulled. And I'm still thinking, do I knock? Do I walk away? Do I knock? Do I walk away? And I knock, and they let me in the door. And as you walk in the door, your heart's racing. You're not feeling right about this. The house is dark, not a light in the house, because a lot of these people don't have air conditioning even turned on in the summer of Arizona. They can't afford their bills. They got the lights off, and you hear the door lock behind you. And I've had that a few times. And as a woman, I don't care who you are. You want to grab your mace.
Right.
So I've been in those situations, and very scary to me. Very, very scary. I was in a home recently, and I had a man actually come on to me, and scared
Yeah.
is not even a word that I can't even find the word to explain to you what went through my mind. I didn't know if I was going to get out of the house, to be honest with you. And when I came home and told my husband these stories, he just absolutely was ready to pull the plug. Okay, this is not for you. This is not, I've been married for 37 years to you. It's not time to lose you. This is not, I wouldn't know where you were at. There were times that I would drop a pin to let him know where I was at, because I was so scared to walk into the home. So if any of you women are watching this and you're going through these emotions of door knocking, that's another thing I did. I was very brave. And if somebody wasn't answering the phone, I'd go and door knock. And that's just not for me. That's just not for me. I wasn't comfortable walking in my heels up to a home that the grass was this tall and the blinds were closed and dogs were barking. So this is what has driven me to telesales. And I know what I can do on the phone. I don't know why it took me so long to actually make the transition. I guess sometimes the scary things push you to do the things that you
Yeah.
really need to be doing. And as a woman, I just personally feel that my place is in the home with telesales. I remember one of my last appointments I also went to. I walked through a gate and I got up to the door to door knock because the guy hadn't answered his phone. And I take it back. He answered his phone and we were going to make an appointment. And then I kept calling. He didn't answer the phone. So I thought, well, I'm going to go door knock him. He was nice on the phone. Went and door knocked him. And out of nowhere, there's a pit bull that comes around the back of the house. And thank God he was on a leash. But I mean, he was feet from me, David.
Oh
And
yeah.
all
Oh
I could
yeah.
think of was this dog would have eaten me alive if he wasn't on a leash. And he heard the gate close as I walked in and he just charged me. So, these are some of the personal situations I have been in. And to me, it was just a no brainer to go to telesales. It is definitely a little bit more challenging. You have to have more leads. You have to be disciplined. I found the first couple weeks I was not as disciplined as I am now. I was like, oh, I'm home. I can wash the mirrors and I can throw the laundry in. And I was always finding things, as excuses. And now I'm just like laser focused. I found that, shame on me. That's not going to work. That's just not going to work. So I'm very focused. And I don't know if I've also shared this with you, but I think that a lot of people don't understand that there's a lot of free leads out there. If you market yourself on Facebook, I'm not sure if I told you this when you asked me recently, but the last 6 sales that I've made at telesales have been on my Facebook page.
Good.
So what I have done is I've gone to Facebook or Instagram and I am putting out value. I don't just put myself out there and, sell life insurance. It's not really how to do it, but put out value. Why do you need life insurance outside of work? I've already got work insurance. I don't need life insurance. Well, these are the reasons you do need life insurance outside of work. You don't own that policy. It's not going to come with you. So I've been adding all kinds of questions and answers and giving a lot of value on Facebook. And my business is it's been really exciting. It's just
So
been really
walk us through that. So like, are you just posting something on Facebook or Instagram? Is it an image, a meme, questions? Like
Mhm,
kind of help the
mhm.
audience understand a little more.
Sometimes they're just memes, or I did a picture that I found just on Google the other day, and it was a family walking on the beach. It was a husband and wife with their 3 children, hand in hand on the beach. And it just talked about why life insurance was so important. You, as a family, what are you going to leave behind if your husband is gone tomorrow? Your wife and your beautiful children. What is the backup plan for your family if you were gone tomorrow? And I just had this beautiful post that I made, and I'd be more than happy to share that post with you at any time and
Sure. Yeah.
actually show you the comments that I got.
Yeah.
I made a few different posts and just added value to why people really need to consider life insurance. And when you're young, it's more affordable.
Are you doing these posts daily, weekly? Kind of what's your
No, I'm
thought
not doing
process?
it daily. I don't want to wear out my Facebook as just that, but
Right.
I would say once a week to twice a
Okay.
week.
Yeah.
And another big thing I'm on that I haven't really shared with you, but I am big on not only just, learning your training, and I really enjoy all of your Zoom calls. I love the page that we're on, the interacting and the support we're
Yeah.
getting from
Agreed.
everybody. I really, really am happy that you did that.
Thank you.
But I wanted to grab some funny little just tools to share with you.
Sure.
I'm a big believer of constantly bettering yourself. And I read a lot of books. And so a few of the books that I just suggest that a lot of people delve into is High Performance Habits by Brendan Burchard. I've got the 10X rule, Excuses Be Gone. I just finished this book, The Energy Bus, how important your energy is as an agent, you guys. You got to have the energy. And then 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Right.
And last but not least, this was a great book.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed this book when I first got started. I'm not pushing all these people. I'm just telling you what has worked for me and what has put me in the game for being a better person in this space of insurance. And one other thing, I never do a call without a mirror.
Ah, there you
You
go.
guys, you have no idea what the stinking mirror. Sometimes I don't like to look at myself, but I think that it's so important to have that mirror in front of you when you're talking to, because people, especially in telesales, they they feel your energy. They feel your smile. They don't see it, but they feel it. When you're laughing, they see you laughing with them.
Right.
So I'm big on having a mirror. Kind of crazy, actually getting dressed up, putting some makeup on. I think I do better than being in my sweats and my t-shirt. I think that's another thing. It's
Sure.
easy to work from home and just slip in these, I'm going to stay in my pajama all day mode, but that's really not good for your business.
Hey,
At least not
it's
for
a
mine.
process, right? I
Yeah.
mean, I would iron my clothes and polish my shoes. It was more or less to psychologically, so
Yeah.
if it works for you, do it. That's kind of how I
Yeah.
look at it,
Oh, I've done it, but I wouldn't say those were my best days to be in my pajamas all day.
So what happens? What's your
Um,
goals for 2023? You've made the switch to telesales. You're doing
Gosh,
very well. You obviously really enjoy it.
love
What's your
it.
goals for next year?
Gosh, I have some big goals. I truly think that I've been playing pretty small. But to my defense, I did get started during COVID. It was very hard, being that, I took my test during COVID. I had to wear a mask for an hour and a half as I'm taking this test online and going into homes with a mask. Nobody can see that smile or that greeting or anything like that. So the first year was a little rough for me. So, I remember I think you've said that this, and numerous people have said this, not to get off topic, but if you can make it through your first 2 years insurance, you have got it made. And I already feel that. Like, I just hit my 2 years this month. And so my goals are big for 2023. I want to be a leader in this industry, and my goal is not on building an agency or anything like that. I want to focus just on. I think I do better right now with just focusing on me and still getting myself to be really successful at what I do.
Right.
So I've got some great goals for 2023. Really think that I'll hit them.
Perfect, Laura. Well, hey, thank you so much
Yeah.
for your time and sharing your story. I know it's much appreciated by many in the audience. If you
You're
have any
welcome.
comments or questions, you're welcome to leave those in the chat below. And until next time, appreciate you, Laura. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.